It's episode 106 of Unstuck, and in today's listener Q&A episode, I'm going to give you some questions to ask yourself so that you always know what to prioritize in your business when you have so many ideas and don't know where to start and when to do it all. So stay tuned. I'm Shawn Mynar, and this is Unstuck, a space for heart-centered entrepreneurs to implement both the inner work and outer strategies required to get unstuck and build the impactful, profitable business of their dreams. No hustle, grind, or long hours required. Let's get into today's session. Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Unstuck, or welcome to Unstuck if this is your first episode. Grateful to have you all. Happy to be here as always. We have another listener Q&A episode today. I love doing these. I love getting your questions. I love answering your questions. I also love it when I hear from you all that you had that question and didn't know you had that question until someone else asked it and we got it answered here on the show. So thank you all for everything, for all your feedback and all your input and all your questions. Remember, if you do have a question that you want answered on the show about anything business related, be sure to let me know over on my Instagram at UnstuckEntrepreneur. You can DM me there and I will get back to you and I will let you know if it's a good fit for the show and when I will be answering that for you. So be sure to do that over there, or just let me know anything that you have that you want to chat about over there. I'm always on the DMs over on Instagram at UnstuckEntrepreneur. Before we even get into the question, I'm going to start with our quote of the day, our quote of the episode, which is from Osho. And it says, "Get out of your head and into your heart. Think less, feel more." And this is an overarching topic we talk about all the time here on Unstuck. And these words, it's so simple. It seems so easy, but then we often find ourselves stuck in our heads, and that's really what we're going to talk about today. And I mean, I could pretty much just stop the episode, read the question, read that quote back, and stop the episode right there because that's the answer. But of course, I'll go into more of that. And in fact, I have some advice for Allison, our listener today, that goes in both directions. I have that more heart-centered, inner work, mindset practices for Allison to do to answer her question. But then I do have some of the more strategic advice in this other more left-brained approach to business that I want to talk about too. So we have two different sides to the story. We need to do them both. I'll get into that. So we're not picking one or the other. We're doing it all. And we're going to get into it all today. So let's start with that question. As I said, it's from Allison. In your last Q&A episode, you talked about being ready to start your business and how to know if and when you're ready. Well, I am ready, and I have been ready. I may be, in fact, too ready, because now I have so many ideas and things I want to do, and I don't know what to focus on and when. How do I decide where to put my focus and energy when I have so many things I want to do in my business now? Okay, I love this. I love this so much. I love that Allison knows she's ready. She's like, yes, I want to do it. I want to put things out there, but I want to put all the things out there. I have so many ideas. I have so many different ways to help people. I want to do it all. And this is something I see quite commonly, especially in Unstuck Entrepreneur, because we do go through it all. We go through all these different ways that you can put yourself out there. You can help people. You can get started. You can grow your business. You can grow your audience. You can get people to actually buy things from you. We go through all of that. And it can lead people to this, like what I call analysis paralysis. And really, that's exactly what's going on with Allison too. It's really this place where you have so many ideas, you have so much that you want to do. And because you have so much you want to do and so many ideas and so many different things to think about, and you feel pulled in so many different directions, you end up not doing any of it. Or you end up spending just enough time on all the things that none of it actually ever comes to fruition. Analysis paralysis. And Allison, you have a classic case of it. And also, you are not alone. You are actually in good company with tons of really amazing business owners who find themselves also in analysis paralysis. What I want everyone to know who has ever been in this situation is that it's actually stemming from a place of fear. And in Unstuck Entrepreneur, it's actually one of our 7 entrepreneurial fears we work to uncover in ourselves together in the group. So for me, how I like to think of it, how I like to explain it, and how I want you to start seeing if this is something going on for you is when you're in this place of overthinking and overanalyzing every move to the point that it keeps you essentially frozen, aka stuck, and you don't take any action or you take very little action. And a lot of times it can even come across as looking like this quote unquote busyness where you're doing stuff, but you're not gaining any traction. You're not making any real moves. And this actually comes from fear. Now, what is that fear that is behind it? It's your fear of doing the wrong thing, of making a mistake, of failing because you did the wrong thing and or made that mistake, a fear potentially of judgment because of what you did decide to put out, a fear of even putting anything out there. So you're using this overthinking and this overanalyzing as a way to keep you from having to put anything out there. Lots of fear. And it also comes from a lack mindset where it almost, I think, manifests itself as this like lack of time, that you get in this headspace where now is the only time that you have, and putting something out later will be too late, or people will already have found someone else, or people will already not like you, people will have moved on, their problem will already be solved. It's coming from lack. And most importantly, when you have the question of what do I work on first, what do I work on second, what do I work on now versus what do I work on later, and you're in this analysis paralysis mode, it's because you're in your head. You are all up in that head of yours and letting your ego try to make the decisions for you. So you're trying to think logically. You're trying to avoid your fears. You're trying to avoid feeling insecure or unsafe. So you're doing everything, trying, I guess, to do everything just right so that you do stay safe. You don't get in any sort of place where things could go wrong. And in the process, you're not doing anything at all, or you're spending your time on things that aren't what you want to be doing or what you need to be doing or what will move the needle. And this is where my first piece of advice comes in, because you got to get out of your head and into your heart. Just like what I said in the beginning with that quote, get out of your head and into your heart, think less, feel more. I could have stopped right there, because that's what you need to do. That's what we all need to do. That's what we all, how we should all be guiding our business and our business decisions is with our heart, not through our head, because our head is where our ego gets involved, where our subconscious programming is stored. And so we will act in accordance to that instead of being guided from our own inner sense, our own inner knowing, and our own inner voice. So my advice is to reach back into your heart space. Your heart knows the answer to this question. Your heart knows the answer to really every question that you have. So the only reason you have this question of what do I work on first? Where do I prioritize my time? Is because you're not in touch with that inner voice. And you're struggling to find it because your ego, that ego internal mental chatter, is getting in the way. And that ego voice is the one that's keeping you stuck, the one that's keeping you from like, well, do I do this, or maybe this is the better, or maybe this will make more money, or maybe people need this first, or maybe I should really do this first. That is mental chatter. You all know it. You all have it. We all do. Nobody's immune. And you know, because it has that kind of frenetic energy, like when you're trying to decide what to do, it feels very frenetic. It's very much like this or this or this or that or this or what happens then or what happens then. And we don't need that. That's not coming from your heart. So Allison, my question back to you, and the question to ask yourself to get back into your heart and in touch with that inner voice that you have that has the answer, is what lights you up? If you have a list of all these ideas, all these things you want to do, and you're trying to figure out what to do when, what to prioritize, well, which one lights you up? Which one do you feel excited about doing? Like, it's Monday morning, you just had the weekend off, out and about, not in front of your computer screen, and it's Monday and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I get to go to my computer and work on this thing, or I get to go out and work with this client, or I get to meet this person, whatever it is. What lights you up? Your feelings are always going to steer you in the right direction. We know that. So you cannot go wrong if you are being guided by what is lighting you up right now. What is making you excited to do what you do? What is bringing you joy? What just gets you like so in the zone and so in the flow that you just don't even want to stop working? Although, please stop working. Give yourself a break. But you know what I mean. You have that sense of just that excitement, that joy, that love, that idea that you just can't wait to create is just glowing inside of you. So pick that one, pick that thing, and commit to it. 100% commitment to that thing. What happens often is we have that thing, but then we let our ego get in the way, and then it starts saying, oh, well, you should be working on this, or maybe it's this, or someone else is doing this, and maybe you now need to do that too. And we start getting that frenetic energy again, and we lose our commitment to the thing that is actually lighting us up. So pick that thing and commit to it. And what happens is when you have that 100% commitment, well, nothing gets in your way. You're super loving what you're doing, how you're spending your time. You create an amazing thing because you've been in alignment that whole time, and it happens really quickly. So instead of it being like, I'm going to focus on this thing, put this thing out, but then I'm torn in all these other directions, so it takes me months. Well, hey, if I just 100% commit and I stay in alignment, I do what feels good, then I put that thing out in weeks. And then I do have time to focus on the next thing or the next thing or the next thing. So your flow will stay with you as you remain committed to doing what lights you up. Now, I want to take this in a little bit of a different way because we do have to talk about the more, or I guess we don't have to, but I want to because I like doing both. I want to talk about the more logical, strategic aspect of this because there definitely is, and I'd say especially if there are multiple things that are exciting you right now, like if we just went through that whole step and you're here with me and you're thinking about what lights you up right now and that's what you want to work on, and there's a couple different things, you're like, Shawn, well, I really cannot wait to get this podcast up and running. I love all the topics I want to cover. I can't wait to share this with people. I can't wait to get out in this world. But also, I love working with my clients. I really want to create a group program right now. I have the ideas. They're all coming to me. I still can't figure it out because they're both lighting me up. Now we have to talk a little bit of strategy. The next aspect of this, the next question for Allison to ask, and for any of you who are in this place to ask, is what will support you and your business the quickest, the soonest? What do you need to do to make this happen as soon as possible? And I think this is especially the important question to ask yourself at the beginning of your business building endeavors when you need to make money. We need to be in business. We need to make money. That is okay. It's okay to make money. It's okay to make a lot of money. It's okay to ask for money. It's okay to take money. All of the money stuff. We just talk about that a ton here on Unstuck, and we'll continue to. And now we need to talk about that in terms of what to do specifically in your business. Because one thing that's really challenging is when you have all these things that you want to do and all these things that light you up, but they aren't income producing activities. And so then you're spending days, weeks, months, years doing these things or working on these things that do light you up, but aren't supporting yourself and your business. And that's when we have this disconnect. So is there something that lights you up that will support you and your business? And then of those things, which there surely are multiple, you could write an ebook, you could put out a group program, you could take one-on-one clients, you could create a product. I mean, there's so many different things that are income producing activities. So of those, which one will get you there the quickest in the least amount of time? So how quickly can you start making an income or start making more income in this process of doing the things that light you up? So again, those questions are, what will support me and my business the quickest? And what do I need to do to make that happen as soon as possible? So for example, let's say that you are looking to have your business be a combination of a group coaching program, a DIY online course, and taking one-on-one clients. Of those three, what will support you and your business the quickest? Or in other words, what will help you make an income the soonest? And what do you need to do to make that happen as soon as possible? So of those three, more than likely, the one that is going to help you make an income the soonest is to take one-on-one clients. You don't really have to create any sort of back program. You don't have to write a book. You don't have to create PDFs or videos or audios or anything to start taking clients right now, assuming that you are in a service-based business where you do take clients and you have the skill and the knowledge and the education and whatever you need to start taking clients. Now, the little caveat there. But assuming all that is true, well, then the quickest way to start making money is to start taking clients. You can do that tomorrow. I tell all of the members of UE, you all could have clients tomorrow. So that's obviously the quickest way to start supporting yourself and your business. So what do you need to do to make that happen as soon as possible? Well, you need to set up a way for people to contact you. You have to tell people. You probably need to get some intake forms created, maybe get your calendar filled out so people can schedule with you. There are some steps, yes, but those, again, could all be done in under 24 hours, and you could start taking clients tomorrow if you really wanted to. So that is how I would prioritize that in that regard. And then once you're taking clients, then you have the income coming in, you're supporting yourself in your business, and also taking what you're learning from those clients, and then you could put that into an ebook or a DIY course or a group coaching program to where you're working on the next thing that you really want to do, but you have the income coming in also, which a lot of times helps with your alignment, because a lot of times why we get out of alignment or why our ego starts chattering away is because we have that fear of not supporting ourselves, of not having income coming in, of not making money, and our business isn't successful. And so we can kind of go about that a different way, and it really calms down that ego so that you can start working on other things, the things that are really what you see happening in your business in the future. So that's just one example. There are more, but what we really want to do is trying to figure out what would get you there, what would get you in business. Now, if you are already in business and you now want to know more about what decisions to make to help you grow, then the question can kind of be altered a little bit to be, what will make the biggest impact and income? So what will help the most amount of people? What will touch the most amount of lives? What will really make an impact, make a mark on your space, while also producing the income that you need to support yourself, to grow your business, to put back into your business, to continue to help even more people and expand even further? This is really the question we ask for the long haul over and over and over again as you come up with ideas that light you up, with things that you want to add into your business and how you want to grow and expand. We come back to this question to really get into the place that makes the most sense for us in our business. Again, when you have more than one thing that lights you up. Now, we got to come back full circle to that very first thing, which is do what lights you up. If there is one answer to that is glaringly obvious, go with that 100% of the time. That will never steer you wrong. Even if on the outside, it doesn't seem like it could make that big of an impact, or it doesn't seem like it could be that big of an income generating activity, there is a reason that is what you are being called to first or second or third or wherever you're at on your journey. And you need to listen, because that will always be the number one. So remember, going back to the very beginning, this is not an either or. This is not one of those things where you can just bypass this inner work, because that's the woo-woo, crazy, weird, hard stuff, and instead just go right to like, okay, what's going to make me money? That's what I'm going to do first. Or this is what's going to make me help a ton of people. That's what I'm going to do first. That is a very masculine approach to this question, I guess. So remember, we have to start within, work your way out. Start with that inner work. Start by just simply asking yourself that question, what lights me up? And don't ask yourself when you're like in the middle of doing all these things, you have all this stuff on your desk, and you're like, okay, I'm going to work on the thing that lights me up. What is it? It's not that. It's getting calm. It's going out away from your work. It's doing a meditation. It's connecting with a loved one. It's going on a hike or a walk. It's doing something that gets you connected to yourself, and then asking that question. And there is a great, amazing chance that you will never have to go to this more logical place to figure it out. But if we can do that first, you'll get the answer, you'll roll with it. If you still have a little bit of like, well, it might be this, but it might be this, because both of these feel really good, then we go to this next place where it's going to be, what's going to support my business the soonest? How can I get this off the ground? How can I start making money, or how can I start making more money so that I can then put it back into my business to help more people? All right. So I hope that helps. There's one last thing that I want to add on a more personal note, just a little bit of cheerleading advice for you. And that is that there is plenty of time for you to do everything you want to do, for you to help every person that you want to help, and for you to make as much money as you want to make. So please don't feel the need to be rushed or overwhelmed or trying to do it all at once. Get out of that lack mindset. Get into this place of abundance where you know it's all going to come to you at the exact right time, and you will feel compelled, you will feel pulled to work on the thing that you're supposed to work on when you're supposed to work on it. So give yourself the space to just let it unfold. I feel like I'm saying that a lot lately. I don't know. I think it's because I now have it hanging up in my office, a little print that my wife got me that says, let it unfold. So I keep going back to that, but it's true, especially here. Please let it unfold and take action as it does. Take action on that unfolding as it comes, and you will be in the exact right place for you. For me, there has been multiple times in my business building over the past almost 9 years now where I've had these amazing, phenomenal, I know this is going to crush it ideas. And I couldn't work on them, or I didn't work on them for years, years and years and years. For example, Unstuck Entrepreneur, I can go back in my computer. Because anytime I have an idea, I think you guys know this, I think I've talked about it before, but if not, I'll talk about it in the future for sure. Anytime I have an idea, I do a little brainstorming session on it. When it comes up, I get it out. I'm like, I don't know what this is, but I'm going to get it out. I'm going to put it on paper. Now I put it in a Google Doc, and I have that document from the day that I thought up Unstuck Entrepreneur. I didn't think it up. It came to me. I have a little brainstorm. It's half a page, barely anything. But that was from 2018. And now we're 2019. We're in 3 years down the road, and it's now a thing. And I knew it was there. I knew I wanted to do it. I was excited for that opportunity, but it wasn't the right time until it was. And as excited as I was to put it out in the world, to make it a thing, to work on it, to get started, it just wasn't the right time. And I knew that. I didn't know why. I didn't need to know why. I didn't push, because I wanted it. I just let it unfold when it was ready. And it worked out at just the right time for me and myself and my business and all the other things going on in my life. It was perfect. And I will leave it at that for you all today. Thank you all so much for being here. Please let me know, again, if you have a question that you would like answered on a future listener Q&A episode, head to Unstuck Entrepreneur on Instagram. Send me a direct message. Let me know your question, and I will get back to you. If you have any other feedback or any questions or comments, concerns, I'd also love to hear from you over there. And if you are enjoying this show, there is nothing that I would love more than to see a review from you about your experience with the podcast over on iTunes. Just leave a review. Let me know what you're loving. Let me know anything I can do to make it a good experience for you. I'd love to see that too. It means so, so much to me and to the future of this show. It really is the best thing that you can do for podcasts that you love, is to leave a review. So I would love to hear from you over there too. And if you are interested in becoming a member of Unstuck Entrepreneur, I will be inviting new members in September. It's going to come up really super fast. So make sure you are on the wait list. You can head to ShawnMynar.com/unstuckbiz and learn a little bit more about it, and also get yourself on that wait list. People who are on the wait list get first access and a special coupon code that no one else ever sees. So you want to be there for sure, no question. And until next time, take care. If you're like most of my clients, you followed your passion for health, got your certifications, did the trainings, and now you're excited to have your very own thriving, impactful wellness business. But how do you actually do that? It's a common position to be in, especially in the wellness space, because no one teaches you this whole business thing along the way. This trend is exactly why I'm here, a passionate nutritionist turned business coach for wellness professionals, because I'm done seeing wellness practitioners continue to play small in their business simply because they don't know the right steps to take. If you're like most wellness pros out there with a dream to start their own impactful, freedom-filled business, you've probably spent hours trying to build your website, figure out what the heck to post on social media, and taking all the courses to try to get confident in what you're doing. Or maybe just the thought of all that sends you into a puddle of stress and overwhelm. Good news, you don't need a perfect website, a killer Instagram strategy, or to be an expert to have an impactful and successful business. What you do need is a plan. The Wellness Business Blueprint is the jumpstart you need to plan, prepare, and execute on your passion for helping others without that sinking feeling of overwhelm. Because this isn't like the other stuffy, boring business plans out there. The Wellness Business Blueprint is centered around you. What feels good to you? What's right for your business, your dreams, and your lifestyle? What keeps you in alignment and your energy flowing? What allows you to stay sane and stress-free and excited in your business? Because building your dream wellness business starts with a plan that works for you. This free 15-page printable workbook will take you through my signature Flow and Grow business framework so you can create your own business vision while gaining clarity, structure, and a solid plan to move forward. Download it today and get started on your business blueprint. Head to ShawnMynar.com/WBB. That stands for Wellness Business Blueprint, and get started building your dream wellness business today. Again, that's ShawnMynar.com/WBB.